Okay, and we are live back with Stationeers. Yesterday we strengthened our electric grid, we expanded the base enough so that we can comfortably live in it, and today we're gonna start planting some potatoes and hopefully move all the machines indoors so we can use their waste heat for heat purposes. We'll grow some potatoes, we'll have to make some grow lights, and hopefully we can start at least setting up the things we need to automate next stream. So we don't have to manually switch on or switch off the lights or all that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's get started. Boop. Let me just load up the save file. Load Europa. Thank you. And once we have potatoes and everything automated, we'll have officially a survival nugget. That will just need sometimes to be refilled with water, I guess. Or not oxygen, carbon dioxide. Maybe. Did somebody just sniff? Anyway, get this stuff off my screen, thank you. So we'll need some planters, a grow light, and some carbon dioxide from this reserve here. Let me check it with my PDA, which I've left in here. This has an atmospherics analyzer, but no batteries. Okay. I'll work on that. Well, let's get to work, I guess. Wasting caution already. I'm just gonna empty it out. Oop. I should provide some gases for the potatoes that we're about to plant. There we go. We'll have to move the battery charger indoors. We'll have to move a bunch of stuff indoors, but for now let's start making stuff. So a grow light and planters. Okay, just cancel this pressurization. Takes too long anyway. We have some iron, which is enough to make planters. We'll have 6. Should be more than enough. Way more than enough. I know we breathe, our own breath is about, say, 12 potatoes worth. So we'll be producing more carbon dioxide than we'll be eating with our plants. Do you do grow lights in here? No, you don't. We'll see if we can make a battery charger too. A big one. Charger. I think it's over here instead. This one. Charger. Nope, it's probably inside the electronics thingy in that case. Alright then, let's move. Move. I'm gonna move this thing indoors. This ice crusher, because it's my oxygen and it can be my water ice crusher. Anyway, give me some iron. Put it in here. Turn that off. We need a grow light. Needs a bit of copper. Are we out of copper? I think we're out of copper. There's some silicon. Yeah, no, we're out of copper. Let's go mining. How's my battery? Plenty. Do I have anything for the miner? Any of these tools have battery? Yes. Okay, let's go mining. Looking for copper. And solder. Did I already make solder? Oh yeah, well, no, we have solder. Steel, electrum. So let's go with the basics. Gold, copper, and black. Gold, copper, and iron. Just wander around, that's fine. The airlock can provide some light for us to find it again. Ideally, I would like to find some... What kind of mineral is it again? Nickel. I know we need nickel for a alloy. I forgot which one. Oh well. We do need some silicone. Let's mine for a bit. We'll pick up some silicone and iron. And the rest of the space will be for copper, so we'll get 100 copper. I guess we use most of the copper making wires. Where's the silicon anyway? That's oxide. That's still oxide. Oh well. Eventually we can make a a cartridge for our PDA to be able to see these minerals underground a bit. Looking for copper. That's silver. We will need silver in the future, but for now it's fine. That's coal. We have plenty of coal. We're not making steel either, so that's fine. That's lead. Yep, that's lead. We're fine. That's more lead. That's iron. That's coal. I mean, as you can see, there's plenty of minerals. We just need one specific one. That's lead again. Lots of lead. Some ices. That's cobalt for rare late game materials. That's a volatile ice. We do need a bunch of that. Let's go and mine. That's our heating supply. Plus what we'll be using to melt minerals. There we go. That's enough. That's gold. I could use some gold, I imagine. We'll get a stack or whatever this has left inside. Whichever runs out first. Either our inventory space or this vein. Keep it up. Also, we'll have to produce a bunch of other stuff for eating, so a fridge, a microwave, a table. I guess that's it. Probably gonna be iron. Okay. I'm gonna put this in my inventory. Make some space. That's iron again. So I've lost sight of the base. It's over this hill. That's silicon. We need that. We were running low. And now we're thirsty, so we're taking damage, but it's probably fine. Let's keep getting more silicon. It's fine. We'll be fine. Just don't think about how much you want to drink right now. It'll make you hurt less. Okay. Our air tank is looking a bit low at 1000 kPa. That's enough silicon. That was a bit too much, but whatever. Where's my dang base? More gold? Ooh, bleh, excuse me. Ugh. That's more iron. Okay, daylights should help me see that. Oh, is that over there? Yeah, that's my base over there. Come on, copper. That's gold again. That's gold again. That's volatile ice. That's iron. Yep, that's iron. Come on, copper. We need copper. That's out of gold. Cool, cool. Copper. There it is. Give me all this stuff. Hopefully we can fill the rest of our inventory with copper with just this vein. So we can get like hundreds of copper. We're nowhere near getting to thousands and thousands of copper, since we have limited life support and limited inventory space, but we want to get as much as possible, since our furnace can cook big batches. Okay. Now we're going to be moving stuff indoors, but what we're not going to be moving is the furnaces. We'll have to use the furnaces outdoors. So, yeah. Why are they giving me damaged copper? Weird. Hopefully this doesn't affect their value. Fingers crossed. Must be a bug of some kind. We can go for another vein of copper. Hey, the dog is here. Hey, doggy. Did Jupiter just hide the sun? Jupiter, why? I want to see. No, Jupiter's not even here. It's just nighttime. Dang it. It's not convenient being a moon. Or being on a moon. Anyway, we'll have to head back soon. We just find a bit more copper. Copper! Give me some, please. Thank you. I really hope this damage is not affecting my hull. I don't even know why they're damaged. I'm gonna guess it's a glitch of some kind. Keep digging. Okay. Keep it up. How's my battery? It's pretty low. Well, we're almost done anyway. It's fine. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's go back. While the sun is up. Where the heck am I? There it is. My base. Let's go. In a giant crater, it looks like to me. Okay, well, let's head back home. We'll take care of our needs. We'll make a grow light. We'll have to wire it. Do we have any wires? I have to make wires too. Oh yeah, we'll need to make wires. Maybe I should move the printer inside right now. Hey, look at that copper. Right next to our home. Oh well. Okay. We have time to go ahead and melt stuff. I'm gonna swap my battery here. Cute. It'll charge back up. In the meanwhile, how hot is this thing? It's empty. Please turn this off. Let's get to work. While we breathe heavily. Melt the ice. Make a small fire. Okay, and while this burns, we can start melting our copper. And you know what? I'm gonna put the iron inside this furnace here. It'll be faster. This way. We have plenty of power anyway. Okay. Use that power. We said the current temperature is hot enough for this ore to be melted. That's good. It's falling quite fast. It's good. A bunch of copper. So we can print the grow light. Uh-oh, no, turn that off. Well, actually, do you... How much is there? Yeah, no, turn that on. We need more air. It's a bit of outside oxide. And meanwhile, let's get some gold melted, because we have some. Might as well. It was hot enough. And let's get the silicon in there. How's the pressure in here? It's pretty good. Stop it. Swap the tanks. Okay. Back here. How much pressure is inside this thing here? 10 MPa, huh? Yeah, this needs to be drained a bit. It's gonna blow up eventually. Put some silicone. Looks like the silicone is not hot enough currently to be melted. Whoops. Silicone. Yeah, it needs to be 900k. It's 800. We can do a small burn. There should be some excess oxygen in there from the gold. Yep. Okay, that's done. I know we melted some iron over there. Done. Okay, let's make this grow light and head back indoors. And bring some stuff with us. Grow light. Also, we're gonna need to make some cables. Also, I'm gonna take this with us. So let's unmake all this stuff. Swap our belts. Okay, first, take this. Put it inside our bag. Take it off. Cute. Put it in there. Next. This needs a wire cutter. Then the angle grinder, which needs the battery from the miner. Up. And then the drill, so I got to swap those again. Good. You should have made a grow light by now. Yep, make me some cables. In the meanwhile, let's start moving more stuff indoors. Okay, now we need more batteries. Let's move the battery charger indoors. We're out of batteries. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it quickly. And drill.
Power critical. Temperature low. Temperature critical.
No, where's my hand drill? Okay.
Temperature low.
So because the furnace, this is getting blown all over the place. Let's get a stack of cables, hopefully. Oh, can you make a battery charger while you're at it? Yes, actually. Okay, stop it. Let's bring this with us. That should be enough, I think. Let's head inside. Check on the condition of things. Cycle. Okay, you sucked all the air. Next, we're gonna pressurize. I'm gonna skip that step. Okay. Take off our suit. Start eating and drinking. Should be helpful now. Dang, we're hurting. Okay. We're good. Let's try setting up all the stuff I brought from over there. I think we'll need to get a cable running on the roof. Then I can move the light up there. Okay, first, the battery chargers. Girl. So I want to run here. Am I hearing some pipes creak? Oh, I think I'm hearing the wind turbines moving. Oh. Move here. Is this on? I think it is. It's trying to charge some stuff. Can you guys charge? No, okay, no. We plugged in the wrong thingy. That's for the ice crusher. Where are my actual cables? There they are. Boop. Boop. Okay, it's charging. Good. While this charges, let me get the ice crusher. That's the grow light. We'll have to set that up later. Planters, that's for the light, the plants again. Ice crusher. This will be for our air and water. So put it over somewhere. Over here, I guess. And now what? Now you need an iron sheet. I didn't see an iron sheet, but we have plenty of those inside, so it's fine. We don't want to...
Temperature high.
Yeah, we don't want to weld too much indoors because one, it raises the temperature, and two, it releases bad gases. But we'll be fine. Okay, that's on. Let's have the oxygen refiller. Where's my thingy? There's another battery charger. I'm gonna put this one in the airlock. That way we don't have to cycle the airlock while we're outside to refill our battery. I just need this to be on. Oh, well, maybe not. Here. It can fit here, right? Oh, the gas sets are there. Dang it. There's too many things on this wall. Let's put it on this wall instead. Now I've got to put some wires over there. Okay, first the gas tank. So I can have oxygen in there. Okay, ideally this would be a pump, but for now that's what I have to do. This is empty now? Yep. Yeah, so we lost a bunch of oxygen that was in there, but whatever. Next. This thing. There's a battery charger here. Let's hook it up. I think that works. Let's see. I don't have a battery to test. But it seems to be lighting up, so I think that's fine. Okay, next. Put some ice in there. There we go. And start processing. Oh, I forgot to hook it up to the power. And then splice it in here. There we go. It's working. And these batteries are charged. Yay. Now, ideally we would make some extra batteries, but for now this is what I have to do. You charge those up. Okay. How's the air? Not that good. Not that good. Yeah, it's raising. Hopefully this will last us until we can get a an actual whatchamacallit. An actual pump. Okay, this will be for the potatoes. It's almost ready. We just need the grow light up above. They do have limited range, but this should be fine. It's kind of backwards, though. Oops. There we go, that's better. And now we gotta connect it. Have the data port also be connected because we're gonna need to automate this thing. Okay, and now we gotta run a cable all the way over there. We won't have enough cabling, but that's fine. We can make more. Okay, let's move the electric printer. Let's start moving printers indoors, so I can start using them while we're in here. And also, I should get like a locker or something because I'm starting. too many things to put away. Why do I have a random bar in here? Eat that. Okay, and instead put in some iron sheets. Okay, and pick up all the trash bottles and throw them in a corner. There we go. Let's get some stuff organized. This is gonna be the trash corner. We put all the useless trash. This has some water in it still. 0%, 0%, 0%. 0%. That's 16%. Keep it. That's a wall. We can keep those. There's an iron sheet. We can keep those. Okay. Good. Let's print some cables and start moving some of these printers. Thank you. It's gonna pressurize. I'm good. Okay, first step is to make some cable coils. Let's get 50. In the meanwhile, let's start deconstructing these things. Shouldn't be too bad. Okay. Let's do... We can also recycle these wires, actually. Okay, pick all this stuff up. $20 is not going to be enough. We need more. You know, I can recycle these cables too while we're at it. I can cut them up, cut them up and move them. That might work. Okay. Let's get 50, the full 50. Okay, move this stuff around. I think that's enough. Okay, it was a bit too many, but that's fine. Let's deconstruct this thing too. So first take all the wires. You can also take all the frames too, later. Okay. It's done. Oh, is it done? Okay, it's done. Next, let's start deconstructing this thing. Catch it! I didn't catch it. What? The wind from the furnace. Put this stuff in my bag. Okay, back to it. Woo! Okay, don't lose any of that stuff. Keep track of it. Okay. Okay, that's good. How come it had an extra iron sheet in it? No idea. We're gonna move it all inside. Solder, electrum, steel, silicon, copper, gold, iron. Okay. Move all this stuff indoors. So now we can use the waste heat to heat up our base that these machines are going to be producing. And we don't have to go outside and inside every time we want to build something. That'll help a lot. Hopefully. Okay, skip this part. Thank you. So where am I going to be placing all this stuff? Maybe this wall over there? Let's have here one lathe, and over there 2 more. So electronics printer can be like here. The hydroponics pipe bender, hydraulic pipe bender, excuse me. I guess can be over here, like this. Yep. And then the lathe can be over there. Thank you. Now it's time to get to work. First, welding. Hopefully it's gonna be the last time we do some indoor gas welding, because I don't want to have to breathe in all the polluted air. But it's what we have right now, so it's what we're gonna be using. Next, wires. Also, I can take off my suit now. It's a bit hot because of all the welding, but whatever. Wires. Oh yeah, and this light on the floor is not working anymore. Thankfully, we have some wires on the roof, so it'll be fine. What the? Okay, I lost track for a bit of my inventory. Inventory is difficult to manage, but it's workable, I guess. Where's my stack of sheets? There we go. Back to welding.
Temperature high.
Nah, temperature's fine. Temperature's fine.
Temperature high.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. It's cozy. To make a difference from all the snow outside. Anyway, that's all set. Next. All the extra wires we have, we can start using them to hook this stuff up. Okay. Good. I'll put in the data port too, might as well. Let me finish this roof ceiling wire. Okay, and now with this working, I can move this light up top. So it's gonna be working better. Okay. All right, good. What do we do next? All the minerals, all the materials are gonna have to get it somewhere. And that somewhere is gonna be the electronics printer. One at a time. So the next thing, oh, can we do, does this thing do the water bottle filler, or does this thing do the water bottle fillers? I forgot to hook them up to power. Oops. Okay, and then you connect over here. Boop, it's connected. So who makes the water bottle filler? Water bottle filler. Okay, so you need iron, copper, and silicon. That shouldn't be too bad. Silicon. Did I put the rest in the electronics printer already? Iron, copper, yes. And more silicon for some reason. Iron, copper, silicon. The rest can go inside here. I thought I saw something roll away this way. Didn't I? Electrum and solder? No? Yes? Oh, they're really hidden. Did I leave electrum back there? Yes. And steel. Okay, so water bottle filler. Give me that. And then a liquid pipe. And we can do the same thing that we did up here. We have a liquid output here. We'll have a water bottle filler on the wall. Just give me one. This has to be... Oh, it can be on the ground, actually. Let's put it here. Needs power, so we'll have to wire it. So we use all the power wires we used to have, so... Get this one over here. We can use the water bottles to fill up the plant plots I put over there. That would be an issue. Okay, that's powered. Let's get some liquid pipes. Liquid pipes. We can get some pumps too while we're at it. One. We'll need a third. You know what? Let me see if I can put a pump in there. Liquid volume pump. Needs a bit of gold. That's easy enough to get. Where did I put the gold? I forget to... Oh, there it is. We can also have a gas pump too, so that's good. Actually, do I need a pump or do I want a pressure? Nah, let's go for a liquid pump for now. Liquid volume pump. Let's make sure not to put too much liquids in there though. Can that fit in there? No, it doesn't fit right next to it, so we'll have to move it. Like this. Which means I also have to move the cables. Move. Come on, move. Rotate. Rotate. This thing over there is making this hard connect. Come on. You guys connect. There we go. And put the pump. Where is it? There it is. Liquid volume pump. This way. Need an extra pipe. Liquid pipe, liquid pipe. Boop. See, this is why we want to have the indoor printers. Okay. So now, once we melt some ice in there, we can regulate how much we let through. Or at least we can try and drain this thing completely. Next, can I get a pressure regulator? So this thing should open until this is 9,000 kPa, and then it should close. So a pressure regulator, yes. I have to put this on the walls, I imagine. Something like that. Just sideways. Almost. Is this it? I think that's it. I think that's it. No, that's backwards. Dang it. That's a wrench. Okay, I'll wrench it. Is this the correct way? It's kind of backwards again. It's upside down. Come on. Whatever, this can work, I guess. No, that's backwards again. Like Like this. Again. We'll get it eventually. I think that's it. Yes, okay, finally. So, back pressure regulator, did I get that? Pressure regulator, yep. And then some regular pipes. So, this is the same thing. We want this to be, to block anything that's over 9,000 kPa. So we'll put it over there. That's backwards, that's in the correct direction. Next I want some pipes. Give me some pipes, please. There we go. I'll get 3 pipes, I guess. 1, 2, 3. So go this way. Go down this way. Go down this. Come on, make the corner. There we go. And now we just need a wire. Wire. Go ahead. Not too much. Okay. Looks like we're using our grid quite a lot. I guess the wind turbines aren't keeping up. We can produce more wind turbines, that's not an issue. Now let me turn some stuff off. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, water. Now if I check over in this belt, first let me go with the oxygen. I want this to, that's not, okay. That's a pressure regulator, I want a back pressure regulator. Basically this means that pressure regulator...
Hydration critical.
Wait. No, a back pressure regulator opens up when it goes above the pressure. A pressure regulator opens up when it's below the pressure, so yes. Pressure regulator, and I want this to be at 9,000 kPa. Keep going. Well, it's not a pump, but I'm hoping it's gonna pump. It's gonna be pumping. Let's hope so. Okay, so currently there's still some gas in this machine. Let's see if I turn this on. Turn it on, come on. Come on. Is it gonna be draining this? Doesn't seem to be. So we need a pump and a pressure regulator, it seems. Both at the same time. Okay, I put a pump here. I'm gonna say probably not, but let's see. That's definitely gonna be... Actually, you know what? We don't even... We can just have the pump. We can just manually fill our own bottles for now. Whatever. This can stay for later. Just have a pump and we'll manually fill it. Don't need to be automated. Since we're low on power. Okay, so I have a pump. Can it be sideways? No? Okay. So same thing. Let's have a low volume. So I can manually pump this up. Turn it on. So I should be draining this thing. Okay, it's a bit slow. Oops. Double it. Triple it. Okay, pump harder, please. I want to see the oxygen move. It's maxed out. Do they need to be turned on for the gas to move? Yeah. It's filling. Nice. Okay, so it's a bit of nitrogen and oxygen in there. Cool. I can just turn this off. And turn this off. So now we don't have a bunch of gas just sitting inside the ice crusher not being used. And now we can go for water. Water, ice water. Go ahead. So it won't be combining, it'll put liquids out in the liquid, and it'll put the gas out in the gas. So we can use this for both of those things. Now, speaking of liquids and gases, I think it's potato time. Up. Up. We should have just enough cereals for the harvests. For the first harvest to be skipped, so I can replant the potatoes for even more potatoes. Put this in my pocket. Okay. Let me get some of these empty bottles and start filling them at the water bottle filler. Which it needs to be turned on. Yep, you're currently empty because this volume pump is not pumping. Okay, and there's not that much water. Good. Okay, so I can now water these planters. Just needs to have our potatoes in there. And this grow light can give them a UV light. Now the only thing is, because Jupiter hides the sun sometimes, it's going to be a bit of an issue to manually determine when it's daytime and when it's nighttime, which is why we're going to need a daylight sensor. It doesn't actually detect daylight, it detects where the sun is. It takes 20 minutes for the sun to, to do a roundabout. So from 90 degrees to 180 degrees, back to 360 degrees. So it does this kind of stuff. Where's my printer? We need a sensor. I need my materials in there. Also, I need another light. One light is not good enough. We need 2 lights. Yeah, for later. Okay. Sensor, please. A daylight sensor. We'll put it around here somewhere. It's fine. Right here should be fine. In fact, we have a wire just over there. Daylight sensor. So when the sun is, let me see, vertical, you can see this, the vertical is going down. So I think the sun is around over there, behind Jupiter. It's around this point. When it goes below 90 degrees, it's below the horizon. Then it goes down to 0. Then it rises 90 degrees. It's daytime. Did I just hear something? I hear a pipe that blew up. You guys hear that? I think a pipe blew up somewhere. Let me go examine that. I'm gonna guess the furnace blew. The furnace pipes. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, it got too cold, and oxygen became liquid oxygen, and froze and became ice oxygen. I guess we're gonna have to have those be insulated pipes. You can just leak all the gas for now, it's fine. Yeah, we'll be fine. Okay. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so the sun goes... Oops. The sun goes from 180 degree, 90 degree, 0 degree. So when it's above 90 degrees, it's daytime. It's currently 80 degrees, so it's below the horizon. Which means it's nighttime, which means we should wait until it's daytime to plant the potatoes and turn on the lights. I can actually manually automate this. Let's see if we can get the stuff going. First, we're gonna need a computer. Yep. Then we need a chip for programming. IC editor chip. Yep, we can still make it, apparently. It's gonna take a while. So we're gonna need a chip, a board, a computer, and a chip housing, and then we're gonna have to manually program it. And that'll be automated lights, at least for the potatoes. We don't have to come in manually and open up and turn off the lights. Though if we don't have enough materials, it's fine. We can just do it manually until we can program an automated system. Just because with Jupiter hiding the sun, it's a bit unreliable to do it ourselves. So it's a bit of a bother. Okay, that's a computer done. Also make the chip. Where are we going to be programming? Let's have a regular computer in the middle of the room. No. Over here, maybe? That could be fine. Like this. This should be fine. Oh, well, you made two. I mean, that's fine. We can have two. Oh, we have three. That was kind of expensive. I don't like that. Next, we want the chip. Integrated circuit chip. That's a lot of gold. And remember what it takes for the housing. Is it more gold? No, it's not more gold. Okay, so we should be fine. Okay, we have a bit too many chips. We'll be using a couple, but not that many. We've got to assemble the computer. Boop. Needs to be powered and have data fed through it. So as you can see, some of these cables have... Oh, well, we can't see it. Some of these have a data port in them, which means that if it is not plugged in, it's not transmitting data in the power cables, which is used for programming. So, for example, this sensor, that's a data port. So the sensor is transmitting its data to everything that's on this wire. So we want the chip housing to be on that wire, so that chip housing can check what the sensor is. And we want the chip housing to be on the same wire as the lights, because obviously it's going to be controlling the lights. So we want to have all their data on one same network. Which is fine, because that's what we can just like put it. We can put the chip housing like, I don't know. Put it here on the wall. Maybe. Well, no, put it... Put it here. We can put the chip housing there. Q. Okay, stop it. That's a solar panel. Why do you make a solar... Whatever. Housing, please. Thankfully we have the materials for it. Good. That's the chip. It has a limited capacity of bytes. I'm probably not going to be hitting the limit of bytes because my coding is mainly just on and off switches. So it's just check if the sun is above 90 degrees. Oh, by the way, it is above 90 degrees right now. Vertical 40. That is not right. What if I switch you around a bit? If I put you like this instead. Now, what's the vertical value? Vertical 38. Did that change? 38? No, it's the same. 38. Maybe it has to be below 90 degrees in that case. Or above 90 degrees. So this is going to be 0 degrees, this is going to be 90 degrees, this is going to be 180. Maybe I had it backwards. Anyway, there's the chip. That's the solar panel. In the trash corner. There's the chip housing. You can see it has both a data and a power port. In case, for example, for this... For example, for this over there generator, we can have the data fed from the generator, but not the power, because that's gonna explode this this wire. Anyway, I can just combine both the data and the wire port. Make sure they're on the network. There we go. The chip is gonna come inside. Where did I put the chip? There it is. The chip goes inside. We can program different chips to do different things. So I can have one chip that controls the lights, and if I want, I can switch it out with another chip. But I'm gonna be probably making everything I need inside this one chip, presumably. You need to have a motherboard installed. Okay, and then you need to be connected. Data port and power port. Okay. Our power seems to be stable, but I wouldn't trust it for too much. Anyway, it's daytime. Let's turn on the grow light and plant the potatoes and water them. Where's my water bottle? Where is my water bottle? I have one full water bottle somewhere. There it is. Potato seeds. There they are. Water them. Boop! So now they have water and light. Okay, let me show up the plant information, because that's what we've been pretty much working towards. Potato. So, it needs, for a potato to grow, it needs, let's see, carbon dioxide. Actually, how much carbon dioxide do we have? That might be the issue that we encounter. Because the atmosphere is pure oxygen. I am currently breathing carbon dioxide. There's about 1 mole. How much do you need? You need 8 moles per hour. It might be an issue. It does take an hour to grow. Oh yeah, it's eating all my carbon dioxide. Well, as long as we stay here, we should be breathing more carbon than the potatoes can sustain. But just to be sure, I'm gonna release my waste tank that's in here. There we go. Now we have, let me check my PDA. Now we have 1.3 moles. It's not that much, but it should be fine. And a bit of pollutant. Well, it should be fine. As long as we stay here and breathe on the potatoes, I think it'll be fine. Anyway, so yeah, they need carbon dioxide and they make oxygen. They do have pollutants and volatiles as their toxic, which would damage them, but because they're toxin resistant, it needs a lot of pollutants, so it's fine for now. Water uses some water per hour. I couldn't tell you how many moles we have in there, but whatever. It needs above 0 degrees and below 50 degrees to grow, but above 20 degrees and below 30 degrees to grow super fast. We're currently at 34 degrees, but hopefully it should go down since the walls are leaking heat. I could build like a cooler. That shouldn't be too hard. Ooh, we're low on power. Anyway. They have pressure. They need at least 25 kPa and at maximum 200 kPa. So they could grow outside in terms of pressure, but not temperature. Ideally between 50 and 100 kPa. They need 5 minutes of light and 3 minutes of darkness per day, minimum. So there can be more lights and more darkness, but they need both. And if there's too much of the, no, if it's too cold or if not enough pressure or whatever, they have a time limit until they take damage. So it's fine. They're growing. In the meanwhile, while we wait for this, I think we should turn on the carbon fuel generator. In fact, you know what? Let me see if I can remotely turn on the carbon fuel generator. I'm gonna put this device here. So they have the chip. I can manually connect them to devices using these little screws here. So for example, I can connect this to the auto lathe, or the battery charger, or the computer. But I can also use a command to look for a specific device to control it. Let me show it. Okay, so we have the housing selected. Let's start coding for it. I think we need define. Define. I'm gonna call it. So yeah, I'm gonna try and explain what I do as I do it. Right now, what we're trying to do is turn on the generator remotely. So we're gonna define cold generator, and then we need the ID number. All machines have an ID number, but that's not cold. Solid. All machines have an ID number. This one for the solid generator is this thing. So now we're gonna copy paste that. So it's gonna when I say code generator, it's gonna put in this number, which is gonna be looking on the network for every single code generators. Let's go with start. First, load batch. So this is gonna be loading from every generate. Actually, no, that's not. We don't even need to do load. We don't even need to look for them. We can just write. So it's going to be set batch. Whoa. Set batch. So set for every code generator on the network, aka the only one. Set batch. Set batch. Set batch. Code generator. Wait a second. I need first to set set code generator. And this is gonna have to be mode. Oops. Mode. I think. Let me check. Lock on. Okay. So we need to have on. On. And can I just put the number on 1? Let's see. So this is gonna be set batch, which means set for every machine that has this number on true. 1 is true, 0 is false. So it's gonna be on yes or on no. Okay, export. Turn this on. And did I just turn on the machine over there? I don't know. Probably did something wrong. I'm gonna guess this number here is wrong. Let's go check it out. Did I just turn on the machine remotely? With my magic hacking powers.
Hydration critical.
Yeah. Okay, cancel the pressurization. Is this on? No. Because the data port is not connected. That's why. Let's see what happens once we connect it. You might see some cables explode. We'll see. Okay. It's not on. This is a solid fuel generator, right? Yes. Oh, because it's not on the same network. I'm gonna have to get... Actually, you know what? I can get this data port. We don't need to connect it to the power over here. We can just connect it inside. You just have this thing go over there instead. Yeah, so it wasn't on the network because I put the power generators on a different network than the power consumers, which is a good thing to do, except for when you want to program remotely. Let's look back in there. It's fine. Okay. Now it should work. Once we connect it. It's basically the same principle that this console uses. Yes, you can see everything's connected on the same network. All the data of all these devices are connected in this airlock control. Anyway, I have to connect this wire all the way over there. This can connect over there, that's fine. Up. And did it just turn on? Let's go check. You're looking for these things. It should be on 1. Oh, I forgot. Okay, I did an oopsie. It should be this and then jump back to start. So it can do it. So it's gonna do it multiple times. And also because I don't want to lag the game, I'm gonna say yield, which is gonna wait for like a second before it runs the code. So it's gonna wait a second, run the code, jump back, wait a second, run the code, jump back. Okay, you reset. Let's see now. And if I can turn it on remotely, I can turn it off remotely too. The only thing I can do remotely then it will be feeding it fuel.
Power low.
Hey, it worked. Okay, so now we can keep an eye on the power, and once it's full, we can turn it off. And we're just gonna have to switch the number 1 to 0, and that will turn it off. Okay. You can see it's charging up the battery really fast. Let me take off my suit. It's nighttime. Let's turn this off. Are you still doing it? We're still working over there. That's enough. Let's turn it off. So edit. Put this on 0. So now this is false. So on will be on false. So it would be not on. Export. Reset that thing. And now it should be on. Let's verify that it worked.
Power low.
If we had just a window, that'd be easier to check, but whatever. So it looks like we're making more heat than we're losing in there. So we're slowly heating up. Which is good, but it's going to be too bad for the potatoes eventually. So we'll have to set up some cooling. Yeah, we can set up cooling right now. It shouldn't be too hard. Skip the pressurization, please. Thank you. Yep, you're turned off. And you still have plenty of coal in there. Good. So next step, a wall cooler. We'll just make a small cooler. It'll basically exchange the heat from inside with outside. So to absorb some heat, transfer it to some gas inside of a pipe, and then I'm gonna just put it out. I'm just gonna release the heat outside because it's super mega cold. So we basically have infinite cooling whenever we want. Okay, we're a bit thirsty. Let's drink up. There we go. And last thing we should set up is cooking. So we can cook our potatoes when they grow up. Can you fill up on water, by the way? Yes. Oh, it's empty. Okay. So first, a wall cooler. You can turn off. We're not going to be doing remote stuff anyway. Not for a while. The real strength is not to remotely control, it's to automate. So for example, I can have that it checks the battery for I can put this over here. You can check the battery if it's at like, I don't know, 5% power. It turns on this thing until it's at 90% power or something like that along those lines. Anyway, let's make our wall cooler. I think this is going to be on this machine. Cooler. Yep. Iron, copper, gold. Okay. Iron. Are you moving over there? It's moving. Okay, so make a wall cooler. Make an insulated pipe because I don't want the oxygen to freeze the pipe. Don't we have extra insulated pipes somewhere laying around? Yeah. Okay. Then give me a vent. We want a pipe coil. Cap. Whatever it's called. Pipe cowl. That should be enough for cooling, I presume. Let's put it next to the potato. Nah. Put it over here, I think. Should be fine. Needs power. But it doesn't use power too much to cool. It uses the gases. He just absorbs the heat. There we go. Yep. Now the issue is it doesn't have an actual like setting. I can't set this to like, oh wait, can I? I can't set this. Well, I could set this. I could get some sensors and set this to only turn on when it's above 20 degrees, but I'm just gonna manually use it for now. Needs a pipe that goes outside. Let me get the pipe cowl. Let's go.
Power low.
Up. We're coming up. Our survival nugget is it's working. I could have a full-on AC system. That could work. But that's going to be a bit power intensive for now. I mean, it's not that power intensive, but... Meh. Meh. This is much easier. Okay. Time to cool. Yeah, so the wall cooler is going to take some oxygen from outside, heat it up, and then just, you know, release it, basically. I think. Am I think is that white? Is that right? Wall cooler. Let's see. Raise the temperature. The wall cooler functions by drawing heat from the surrounding atmosphere and adding the heat into this pipe network. In order to run the wall cooler properly, we'll need to connect the pipes to the wall and can fill the connected pipe with any type of gas. The gas heat capacity and the volume determine how fast it works. Efficiency. Okay, so it won't be very efficient. But whatever. Let's see if it works. It's working. Sorry, it already feels 1 degree colder. Look at that. So efficient. Okay, I'm gonna put a safety though. I'm gonna program it to stop if it goes below 20 degrees. Does it detect the gases? Or do I need a sensor for that? Let's see, wall cooler. Power. Output. No, it only has output, not the room's temperature. Well, that means we need a gas sensor. No, that's the wrong machine. Over there. Sensor. And we need to transfer these materials. Eventually, we just have enough materials for all of these machines to work all the time. But for now, we don't. But the dog wants out. Give me a second. Go, doggy, go. So I put the safety for both the wall cooler and the heater, the Stirling engine, to turn off. Oops. To turn off if we're below. Well, the wall cooler is going to turn off if you go to below 20 degrees at where the sensor is. The Stirling engine will turn off when it goes above, I don't know, 30 degrees. So sensor. Something like that. It won't control when it turns on, only when it turns off. So for example, and we're out of gold. For example, we get a gas sensor in the middle of the room. That seems about right. I'm going to connect this gas sensor to D1. Gas sensor, gas sensor. There it is. So, let's get to programming. You can keep the code generator code in here for whatever reason. I'm gonna get to alias, so I'm gonna rename something. Alias is gonna be called gas sensor D1, because we connected the gas sensor to D1, device 1. As you can see over here, we have 6 device slots, D0 to D5. On D0, I put the daylight sensor. On D1, I put the gas sensor. Put the gas sensor, so on D1 is the gas sensor's data. Turn off. Turn off. Need to eat some cereal bars. Okay, so gas sensor on D1. Also, I gotta define the wall cooler and the Stirling engine. Define. Stirling engine. Wall cooler. And what are the numbers? Let's see, Stirling engine. It does take some getting used to start coding in this game, but once you start it, it's really useful for your setups. Stirling engine is this number. Boop. Copy paste. And the wall cooler is this number. Wonder what it does when I have the data disk in there. Don't know. No idea. Okay, so let's first have the wall cooler code. So first, load into R0. So the R0, R1, R2, that's a temporary holder of number. So for example, load in R0. So load into this location. I want you to load from the gas sensor. Gas sensor. The temperature. Let me see. What's gonna be called? Gas sensor. It's gonna be called temperature. So load into the thingy the temperature. It'll be in kelvins. Oops. I think, if I remember right, 278 is 0 degrees. 288 is 10 degrees. Is 15 degrees. So 298 is going to be 25 degrees. That seems about right. So when it goes below 25 degrees, stop the gas sensor. So load into the gas sensor temperature. Now we have to manipulate the number. This is currently 278 or whatever, whatever the number is. So we're going to say set greater than R0, 298. So to explain what this was, say greater than. If it's greater than 298, it's going to be true. So say greater than, register 1 if A is over B, otherwise 0. So if it's greater than this number, R0 is going to be either 1 or 2. So let me try and write it out. If R0 from the gas sensor is above 25 degrees, load into R0, yes, 1. If it's below, load 0. So R0 is going to be where we load the thingy. I could just make it R1. So we have the temperature in R0 and the value in R1, but it's just easier to just do R0, R0. So if the gas sensor, if this is the number here, this is the gas sensor number. If the gas sensor is above 25 degrees, cool. If it's below, stop. Okay. So now this is set, and then set batch. Because I'm not going to use the device node, wall cooler on. I don't know what the mode or on, whatever. Wall cooler. Yep, it's gonna be on. And on R0. Confirm. Export. Now this should be automated now. It's not. I must have messed something up. Wonder what it was. Export. Oh. Probably because it is below 298 right now. 25 degrees. It's currently 26 degrees. Well, you know what? That works. But then it should stop me. No, it's not. It's currently not being set. Wall cooler. Oh, because this is turned off. That's the issue. So now I should not be able to turn this off or on. Yeah. Okay, so if it's above 25 degrees, cool. Now for the starting engine, we're going to do the same idea. So, load R0, gas sensor, temperature. Set lesser than R0, R0. I'm going to go with 288, so like 15 degrees. So set lesser than, if it's below 15 degrees, turn on. If it's above, turn off. And then set batch. Stirling engine. On. R0. Now I could do this, I could do this fancy schmancy by having R0. I can give a name to R0, like for example, sensor temperature. In fact, I'm gonna do it. Define sensor temperature. No, that's gonna be alias actually. I'll define alias, sensor temperature R0, and then alias switch R1, and then I can just rename those. I forgot how you're supposed to look for these, but whatever. Sensor temperature. This one's gonna be sensor temperature. Boop. And then load it into R1. This is gonna be switch. It's gonna be R1, so switch. Yeah, so as you can see, load into sensor temperature, the gas sensor's temperature. I'm not sure if... Actually, I don't know if renaming R0 helped understand the code or not. Load from device 1, the gas sensor, the temperature value, and store it inside this name, inside this R0, sensor temperature. Then set greater than 298. So we compare the sensor temperature to the temperature. By the way, are you still on over there? Nope. You're supposed to be off over there. Yep. So it's temperature. It checks the temperature. If it's above, it turns on the cooler. If it's below, turns on the Stirling engine. And then it jumps back on. Jumps back up. Okay. Export. Make sure to reset this. Okay. Should be fine. How's the daylight sensor? Vertical is below 90 degree. Okay, well, we can keep automating next time. But now we have automated temperature. That doesn't seem... Aren't you supposed to be off over there? Oh, it's... Okay, so I think my plants are producing heat right now. Or my machine. Something is producing heat. That's affecting maybe my computer. Something's producing heat that's affecting the sensor, and because it's right on the edge, it turns on and off the cooler. Oof, and our energy really... Yeah, we're gonna need some wind turbines. How much for that? Well, for now we're gonna do the small ones. Needs gold. We can make 5 more. Sure. I don't actually... How much power can they make? What's their maximum power they make? Wind. Upright wind turbine. Up to 200 watts. So we can have a lot of upright wind turbines. What if I had a giant one? Up to 500 watts. So we can have about 25 of those small ones, except in storms. In storms, okay, so let's go with 6 turbines. We could have 3, we can make 3 more. And hopefully during storms they won't blow the wires. Anyway, that'll be for next time. Also, next time we'll have some turbines up there. We'll continue automating our system. So currently we have temperature automate. At least, you know, when it turns on, it's automated. The cooling is totally automated, but the heating still needs to be fed fuel from time to time. How's the heat in there, by the way? It's not that hot. What else? We still have oxygen and water. We have plenty of water. Yeah, we have 9 liters of water. So plenty of water. We're gonna get food soon. We're gonna have to make a kitchen. We're gonna have to kitchen and some wind turbines. I think we're gonna be done with the life support nugget. And then it'll be a matter of scaling up. So we'll get better tools, we'll get better bags, we'll get better suits, better furnaces, and once all that's done, we can head out for longer periods, come back and survive with a short trip, leave our base unattended for plenty of time, which will let us build another base, a real base. This is just a life support nugget. We can have a real base with, you know, big rooms for atmospheric processes, big power generators, complicated systems, big old rooms. Later. For now, that's gonna be it. See you guys tomorrow. Okay, bye, okay, bye, okay, bye, okay, bye, okay, bye. And also tomorrow I'm not sure, I might play some Escape from Tarkov. We'll see. Depends on how I feel. Okay, bye, okay, bye, okay, bye.